There was a time in my professional career that I had only one meeting a week, and that one meeting would stress me for the whole week. If I knew at that time that sometime later in my career I will be having meetings every day of the week, multiple meetings, I would have probably quit the profession. Do you find yourself in the same situation? Do you fear meetings? Do you fear scheduling meetings when you know something important needs to get done? It maybe you are just intimidated by the people you are inviting to the meetings. Maybe they are too senior, or maybe you don't know the right questions to ask. Maybe you think that you are not prepared enough. In this video, I'm going to talk about how I overcame that challenge in my career and what are the simple steps that you can take now in order to get to a position where worrying about meetings, worrying about scheduling important meetings is the last of your worries. Here is the truth. Meetings are here to stay. No matter how much we hate them and how much we think that they are a waste of time, and in many cases they are an essential part of work. A lot of the meetings are necessary to get the work done that you need. Okay, with COVID 19, maybe you are not meeting in person physically, but you still have to have those online meetings using Zoom or Microsoft Teams, GoToMeetings, whatever version of software you use. And you need to be well prepared and you need to be confident during the meetings. And most importantly, you need to get the work done, the reason you are having the meeting. Now, I understand some meetings may not be called by you, but I am talking about the meetings that you schedule. And they are the most important meetings for you because they are the ones that will help you get the work done that you want to get done. So, we are going to learn how to stop procrastinating, how to stop worrying about scheduling those meetings one step at a time, and hopefully within a few months and years be extremely confident in scheduling meetings, speaking up in those meetings, and getting work done in those meetings. Often you are not comfortable scheduling meetings because you just don't have a habit of it. We think procrastination is there because we are afraid or scared of something, but sometimes we just haven't developed the habit. But you need to understand that while you may be thinking that you are not scheduling that meeting because you are afraid, you are scared, you just don't know if you have all the information you need, would you embarrass yourself in the meeting? But there is also another element, and that is that you are not in the habit of clicking the schedule the meeting button and adding those invitees in there and then just scheduling the meeting. It's just as simple as that. So you need to get into the habit of scheduling meetings. And there will always be some level of uncertainty, right? Some level of unpreparedness. You would never go into a meeting, most cases, where you have 100% of what you needed. Some of the meetings are there only to sort out those issues. And when you conduct those meetings, you find out that actually what you were worried about, you didn't need to worry about at all. The missing piece of information is not a problem. Sometimes you find that missing piece of information during the meeting. So get in the habit of scheduling meetings. So, where do you start scheduling the meetings? Well, initially, you may want to start small. You may want to schedule a meeting with one or two persons. And those people are also people that you are more comfortable with. They could be your colleagues, or they could be people from other functions that are not very senior as compared to where you are currently, or just people you feel you are more comfortable talking to. That development of habit is important. And then slowly you can work your way up the list. So start scheduling those meetings that you are a little more worried about. Start adding 4 to 5 people, maybe even 10 people. And soon you will stop worrying about inviting, doesn't matter how many number of people you want to, because that fear would have gone and you would have developed the habit of scheduling meetings. I can tell you from my experience that it works. In this case, practice does make you perfect. I noticed quite a few times that the meetings that I scheduled and I was extremely worried about turned out to be fine. I actually started scoring that. I actually started measuring that. So, some of the meetings that I was really worried about and I felt that I'm not well prepared for, I would score myself before going into the meeting. So, I would say from 0 to 100%, or you could also do from 1 to 10, what is my expectation of my performance in this meeting? And I would usually rate myself as, especially if I was not well prepared and I felt really bad about those meetings because I'm going into these important meetings with senior executives and I don't have all the answers and I'm sort of, building the worst case scenario in my mind. So maybe I would rate myself as 3 out of 10 or 4 out of 10 before going into the meetings. But almost in all cases, 100% of the cases, after the meeting, I felt much better. Some of the meetings were even a 10 out of 10, and I was really surprised at the outcome. See, you probably fear those meetings and are worried about those meetings because you are a little more perfectionist. Maybe you want things to be extremely good, and that is what drives that nervousness, that anxiety that you feel before the meetings, because you know that there are more things that you could have done and you could have improved going into those meetings. But take it from me, there will be very few occasions when you will be feeling really, really confident, at least initially in your career, when you know all the answers going into the meeting. In most cases, you will have to live with some level of uncertainty. In fact, even in job descriptions, if you look at accounting and finance job descriptions, there's often a mention of comfortable dealing with uncertainty. That's a skill, right? You are expected to deal with uncertainty. You are expected to work with not having all the information, not having totally reliable 100% accurate information. This is just part of the work you do. So I would suggest you to do the same. Start scoring your meeting expectations before the meeting and after the meeting, and you will be surprised by the favorable outcome. And this in turn will increase your confidence going into next meetings. You will know internally that, those meetings are not that bad. You, even if you don't have all the answers, even if you think you're not well prepared, you might still do pretty well. And some of those meetings, I was so worried and so nervous going into the meetings, and the feedback I got in those meetings was excellent, exceptional, right? They actually turned out to be some of the, I would say, actually career enhancing meetings, because in those meetings I was able to speak to some of the senior decision makers who saw what I am doing and what I'm contributing to the organization, the value I bring. Of course, they made a note of it, and it increased my overall confidence and profile in the organization. All that when I was worrying significantly going into the meeting that this will be a flop, this will be a major disaster, and that meeting turned out to be extremely positive. Now, this may seem only like a topic about stress or nervousness or anxiety, but really, this is an important topic. Scheduling your meetings, actually scheduling your whole calendar, your weeks, your months ahead, is so important for your productivity and for the value you have to provide to the organization. If you don't schedule your calendar and if you don't plan ahead, you're either at a relatively junior role and earlier in your career, or if you are progressing, you will notice that as you progress, scheduling and planning your calendar becomes so much important. It's all about priorities at a certain point, right? You have so much to do. You can only focus on a few things. You have to have meetings. There will be requests from other functions, other people to join their meetings, and you have to prioritize, right? So, as it is now, I get about 75% of my work done through meetings. As much as I don't like them, and I love the quiet time, the peaceful time when I'm not in meetings, but the role I have currently as I get more and more into senior position is all about interacting, collaborating, managing relations, and that has to be done through meetings. So I have to plan in advance. I have to be totally confident hitting that schedule button, right? And not always worry about not having all the answers. Some of the meetings I go totally unprepared, which I don't recommend, but you will have to then prioritize which meetings you want to totally prepare for. So if those are big board presentations or presentations to senior executives or an important decision that you are going to make on behalf of your organization, maybe financial feasibilities that you need to spend a lot of time on, you will have to make those choices. So being comfortable with attending meetings, being comfortable with speaking up in meetings, being comfortable with scheduling the meetings is so much crucial for your overall career success. You have to become the master of your calendar and then become slave to that calendar. So what I mean is that you have to first schedule time based on your own plan and strategy. And then once you have scheduled, once you have put meetings on the calendar, then do your best to attend or conduct each and every one of those meetings. Try to minimize rescheduling as much as you can. I mean, you can reschedule, it's not something that you should not do at all, but try to minimize that. Again, it's all about habit, right? So once you have scheduled something on your calendar, try to respect that. And actually, this is the message that you will be unintentionally communicating out to others as well, whether it is your team, whether it is other departments, functions, managers, that once you schedule, you will be there. If you have scheduled a meeting, you will be there. And you will not be a person who reschedules meetings last minute, right? Because you're always busy, there's always urgent things that are coming up. And if you're working on something that is important but not urgent, where you should be spending most of your time, by the way, then when the time comes, you are again busy in something urgent, and then you reschedule it again, and then you reschedule it again. And this results in a lack of credibility, and people will start noticing that. And when you schedule a meeting, they might not take it that seriously. But on the other hand, if you attend all of your meetings, or say 95 to 98% of all of your meetings, and you don't reschedule them, then they would understand that these meetings have a place, and they have to attend those meetings, they have to come prepared, and these are important discussions. Now, there are a lot of ways that keep the meetings productive. That would be a discussion for another video, but I would recommend that you always go with a plan, always start the meetings on time and finish the meetings on time. And it could be that you originally planned for a longer meeting than it needed. In that case, it's okay to finish early. But if you are running above time, right, especially if it's going to be more than five minutes, then I would say that schedule another session, a follow-up session. This way they would respect your time. Okay, this is reciprocal. People develop expectations and then they act on those expectations. So in summary, my tips, my advice based on my experience throughout these years is: number one, you have to get into the habit of scheduling meetings. So start scheduling now. Start scheduling from today. Of course, if you are nervous and scared of scheduling meetings, start small. Start with smaller number of people in the meetings and people that you are more comfortable with, but knowing that you have to go up and you have to make those difficult meeting invitations sooner. But as you get into the habit, you will find that it becomes easier. Number three is that start scoring yourself before and after the meeting, just to reinforce the fact that what you are conjuring up in your mind as to the outcome of the meetings might not be true. Most of the meetings will actually be better than what you thought. And one thing that just came to my mind is that sometimes in the meetings you get asked questions that you don't have an answer for. And the best friend that you have for such situations is that you just say that I will look into it. That's it. I will look into it and I will get back to you. This has helped me so many times because, as I mentioned, there's so many meetings that I was not prepared and I didn't have all the answers. But if you don't have the answer, it's okay. Just say that I will look into it and I'll get back to you. Yeah, now that you have said that, for the next meeting, make sure you do spend time and come back with an answer. Okay, but you don't have to worry about being able to answer all questions. This friend of yours that I will look into it and get back to you will take care of all of those questions in the meetings that you don't have the answer for. And number four is that you have to plan your weeks, you have to plan your months. So schedule meetings ahead, look at your month in advance and see what are the important items that need to get done. Also considering the deadlines so that you already have meetings scheduled. See, you don't want to keep that worry in your head. You want to transfer it to paper or transfer it to your calendar, that location outside of your head, because your head can only keep a certain number of things. And this will also result in a better quality of life. You'll not be worried about things once you have finished your day at work, and over the weekends you could focus on having quality time with your family or whatever you like to do, right? So it has to go into the calendar. All the worries stored on the calendar have specific time. Worry about certain topics in those designated times. Did this information make sense? Could you resonate with it? If you found this information helpful, I would really appreciate if you hit like. And I would really also appreciate if you could share some of your comments, how you deal with anxiety or nervousness before meetings, and how you have dealt in the past. Share it with me, share it with others so that we can all learn from each other. Is there a big challenge that you are facing currently at work that you want solutions to, that you want answers to? So that would be it. If you are currently at work and thinking about a meeting that is worrying you, take the first step, my friend. Schedule a meeting, maybe not that meeting, but schedule any meeting, and then get in the habit of scheduling meetings and follow the tips I shared, and hopefully this will work for you. Do not forget to hit like and leave a comment if you found this information helpful. And have a great day. Bye for now.